So we now move on to our third speaker, our hard-working and ever cheerful councillor, Julia Lloyd.
Look, thanks very much, Michael, and Mike and David. I don't think there is a person in Douglas who doesn't know about the referendum, and it's great to see so many of you here tonight. And I'd also like to make a special mention of current and former staff members of the council, who I know are also keen to find out as much information as they can. So welcome. We in Douglas are facing one of the biggest choices that we've ever had to make, and that is to decide whether we stay with the governance of a council 75 kilometres away, or whether we have, or take, more importantly, this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to regain our independence and, in doing so, globalise decision-making, decide where our rates are going to be spent, have control over our future, and therefore be able to shape our destiny. I believe we need to focus on what a new Douglas will mean for the future, for the children that are growing up here now, and for those that are still to be born. If we stay with hands, there is no way the future will be in their hands. We have an opportunity to put our future decision-making back where it belongs, in our hands, not with a group of councillors whose focus is naturally elsewhere, who don't have the detailed knowledge of our area, that only people who live, work and invest here do. I want to take the opportunity to debunk a few myths that are flying around. Sorry about this microphone, I'm not sure whether I'm speaking too loudly or not. As we've talked about for the last half an hour, the first is the cost, and David has explained that the QTC analysis is not relevant because it's based on the CRC operating model that a new Douglas would never use. No council is going to jack up the rates by the numbers suggested by QTC, nor does it have to. Like any council, it will look at all its options, and if it has to incorporate an unexpected cost, it would expense that cost over a period of time, not in 1 year. I've had some very interesting discussions with both Noosa and Livingston advocates, de-amalgamation advocates, in recent weeks, and they have exactly the same concerns with the QTC analysis. And I know they're looking forward to proving them wrong, just as we are. Another thing I really want to talk about is our future economy. A new Douglas will be a revitalised Douglas. No longer will our rates serve to prop up Cairns' many interests, not to mention its large and growing debt. We will be able to concentrate on what is best for Douglas, improving our streetscapes, not the Cairns CBD, our waterfront plan, not to service and maintain the Cairns Esplanade, our Banking Gateway, not upgrades to Cairns sporting fields or Sugar World, or the long list of Cairns-based facilities that many people do not realise that we are spending a lot of money, not just the capital, but the ongoing operational maintenance costs. Claims that our economy will stagnate if we don't remain amalgamated need to be seriously challenged. Indeed, I am fearful that that is exactly what will happen over time if we don't de-amalgamate. Firstly, how can the possible eventual loss of our dedicated tourism funding be good for our local economy, which, as you all know, is 80% dependent on tourism? In the last few months, despite repeated requests, the current council is refusing to commit long-term funding to tourism for Douglas Daintree. However, funnily enough, in the paper today, there is a letter from our current mayor saying that it will be maintained. There's not a lot of details. However, I do know a couple of things. Firstly, that the current chair, the Tourism Board, Douglas Shire, and the board have not been informed of this. I, as a councillor, has not been informed of this. However, I do know that tomorrow you'll be able to look on the website and there is a report suddenly going to council recommending that there will be a 1-year extension. That is not the request of Tourism Board Douglas Shire, which is a further 4-year agreement. So in other words, we are not getting the long-term commitment to the tourism funding that we need for our economy. The other thing is I just cannot understand how less people working in the council in Mossman is going to be good for our local economy. We've already gone from 150 to now 117, and I do know under this current council there is a lot of talk about forced redundancies, despite the fact that that is not in the current EDA agreement. I was also told on January the 14th that the Douglas Regional Manager position will be abolished. However, there will be 2 new General Manager positions based in Cairns, a Chief Financial Officer and a General Manager of Human Resource Management. That will add about an extra $500,000 for the total employee bill. The other issue is that we know that local contractors and tradies have lost out under amalgamation. Whilst of course there are some contracts that are being awarded, and there have been some last week, although I was a bit miffed about why the cleaning contract took months to finalise, and something was at the agenda last week, but it should have been actually finalised many months ago. And of course we would expect to have our cleaning contracts locally based and our mowing contracts locally based. But there are many other contracts that our local businesses can't compete because if it's across the whole region, they may not have the capacity or want to actually service all the area down to the window. And Branson goes further. I know that some of the businesses, even just in Front Street, for example, there's one that is estimated that they've lost about 30,000 annually since the council's gone, and that's just one business. Another myth is that a new Douglas Shire would lack the ability to attract funding and maintain our facilities. It's ridiculous to suggest that we can't advocate to be successful in attracting federal and state funding when required. We have an excellent record in the past of this, and we would have control of what projects we want to apply for, how we fund them, according to our priorities. We can still work regionally while at the same time spending our rates here in Douglas, according to our priorities. All the small councils are involved in what's called the FNQ Regional Organisation of Councils, and DSC is always an active member. I often compare Douglas and Cook. They are able to decide what is important for their own area according to their own priorities, but they work very well regionally at the same time, and they're very successful at getting projects and funding the projects that they need. Cook has about 1/6 of our population. The numbers on the electoral roll are very small. I also suspect that people don't realise how many big projects, substantial capital works, that we're subsidising millions every year, and there is a long list of Cairns-based facilities. They include the Cairns Esplanade Lagoon, the Regional Gallery, that's over $1 million a year. I think we spent $500,000 on air conditioning last year. The Cairns Tennis Centre, the Civic Centre, the Tana Wetlands, the Warrior Disaster Centre, the Botanical Gardens, the New Visitor Centre. Look, they're all lovely facilities, they're fabulous, except that it's our rates that are contributing, and at the same time, we are not getting our fair share in terms of actually building some new facilities that we need. Barlow Park is a lot of plans for future sporting stadiums, the CBD, that's going to be huge. It's estimated at least around 35 million. At the moment, the state government is only committed 5 million to that. And also the enormous cost of the future hands, water supply. We've already spent hundreds of thousands on consultation and investigation alone. I invite you all to have a look at the annual reports. All these facilities are listed there. And lastly, to the issue of future councillors. We have some very talented individuals who would make great councillors, given the opportunity. Surely, as a community, we are capable of electing a set of councillors with business acumen and common sense, who care about the community and don't have a personal or commercial agenda paramount. Do we know who will stand for the next council if we remain amalgamated? No, we don't. If the referendum is unsuccessful, we could end up with no local councillors in the future, as the Boundary Commissioner has recommended that Cairns Regional Council have no divisions in the next election due in 2016. And at 6.9% of the total regional population, you need a very, very strong councillor, a strong candidate to probably be successful. All you're going to get is a long, long list of potential candidates, could be anything, 80, whatever. And also, of course, that sort of situation favours political parties and teams. Finally, I think we really need to ask ourselves the question: who is able to make the best decisions for our future? A council based in Cairns or a council based in our own community? I know my answer. Why don't we have faith in ourselves? And I'm hoping that on March the 9th, everyone votes yes for our future. Thank you very much.